Hi queens, how you doing? Welcome back to my channel, the Owanbe Queen here. So I had my wedding this year, 2023. The whole planning was like 3 months, let me not lie. I mean, I told people the date earlier, but I promise you, we didn't start planning until 3 months to the date. And there were a few things that I wanted to have, and they were very important to me. However, most of the other things, I was like, oh, anyhow you want to do it. I feel like I was a very chilled bride because at the end of the day, what my husband and I wanted was to just have our wedding and live our lives and just be happy. The first thing was we had our wedding on a weekday. Well, our weddings, I say our weddings because we had three weddings essentially. But like the main wedding, the church wedding, and the trad was on a weekday, and that was a Thursday. Remember, we were telling people, oh, we're getting married on a Thursday. So people were like, you don't want us to come, you're trying to cut crowd. The truth is, we knew that we could not cut crowd by doing it on a Thursday, and it worked out for us. The hall was, we had more people than the hall. I kid you not, like we had people outside, and although people were able to sit, but it was bigger than we even thought we could handle. So yeah, we had a lot of apologies as well. We had people saying, oh, I'm sorry I couldn't make it, and in my mind I'm like, even if you did, why will you sit down? Like, people turned up and turned out. What I want to say in essence is, if people love you, no matter the day you put it, they will come for your wedding. That's all I'm trying to say. So we had our wedding on Thursday, and it was very beautiful. It was very special, and I loved it to this day. The number two thing that we did at the wedding, which was unconventional, which a lot of people at first were like, So the party color was white. Like I had everybody wearing white, and I remember when people would ask, "So, kini party color, kini party color?" I was saying white, and they were like, white, what will you wear? I'm like, I'll wear white. And people were like, no, it's not right. The bride cannot, people cannot wear white. They will upstage the bride. Hello. Is it possible to upstage a Nigerian bride? It's not possible. First, I didn't even overdo with my dress, okay? I didn't do the most with my dress. My dress was very simple. However, it was my joy that people wore white. Like I remember when we were on the altar in church. So most of the wedding you are facing the altar, right? And except for maybe when they call you up to the altar, maybe you do Thanksgiving or you sign and stuff, then you are facing the church. And then the moment we turned to face the church and everybody wore white, it was so beautiful. It was perfect, almost perfect, because some people overdo. But let's leave that one. But like seeing everybody wear white, it was so like, yeah, we had everybody wearing white. I didn't feel out of place. I didn't feel like, this person white is finer than my white, this person white is better than my white. I didn't care. Honestly, it was my day. I was happy, I had energy, and it was perfect really. So we had people wearing white, and yeah, I feel like, or I've been seeing it a lot more. People are beginning to use white as their party color. It's such a beautiful color, such a clean color. I remember somebody was saying, oh, it would be like Yao Shun, everybody would look like Yao Shun. Who cares? If you look like Yao Shun, that's your problem, man. If you think that way, I mean, white is color of purity, so yeah. Now, the next thing that we didn't do at our wedding was we didn't have bridesmaids and groomsmen, and this one was very simple. We didn't. At first, we were planning a small wedding. Let me say that we were planning a small wedding, but God proposes and man disposes, right? I feel like that's the right thing. And we didn't want a situation whereby we put people in unnecessary expenses. Like I've been a bridesmaid before, I have a dress, but after that day, I've not worn the dress. And even the bouquet, that's the flower that they give you. The thing, everything we used as bridesmaids, I didn't use it after. So I'm like, what's the point really? And I didn't want to be putting people in unnecessary busy, getting men to sew suits in strange colors that they probably would not wear again. I feel like it was just unnecessary expenses for anybody, right? And the wedding, when I looked at the order of service, the wedding could flow successfully without bridesmaids and groomsmen. Yes, it's beautiful to have them at your wedding, but I didn't see the need for them, so we didn't have them. However, we had some of our very good friends who were with us the night before the wedding, and I'll get into those friends in a bit. But if they were to wear a particular dress, they probably would have been the bridesmaids, but or the groomsmen, but we didn't have any of those, and it saved them a lot of money because of Nigeria is hard. Bouncing off not having bridesmaids, we didn't have little bride, flower girl, grooms, what they call ring bearer, all those things. We didn't have any of those, and we still had a beautiful wedding, of course. For that, it was not maybe because I was trying to save anybody money. It was just the fact that they are a handful to handle. As a photographer, I've done weddings in the past, right? Photographing weddings, I see how stressful it is to have these little kids at your wedding, because some of them they wake up cranky, some they probably pee the bed. Now it's cute to have little bride flower girls, page boys, what they call them, what is called those people, ring bearer, but it's stressful. Of course, then we'll have to have somebody take care of these children, make sure they are well fed, make sure they are not cranky, make sure they are not crying. It's a lot. Okay, so I didn't want to deal with that. I didn't want to deal with the stress, and I didn't want to deal with anybody, and I didn't want anybody having to deal with that as well. Also, like I said, the wedding was on a weekday, so I didn't want to take anybody's child out of school just to come and hold flower. I didn't see the need to, so we didn't have any of those at her wedding. And the OH factor, we didn't have any of those at our wedding. Now this one, which is the most, it was so like when I almost didn't have this and I started to cry. Okay, so for my wedding, I rocked my dreads. I'm a locks queen, and I'd already dreamt that on my wedding day, I was going to rock my locks with my full chest because I've been growing my hair out since 2 years ago. Okay, and another thing with locks is I'd gone to a few weddings, or I'd seen a few weddings where, because everywhere is hot, the lace frontal starts to shift. And I don't even have lace frontal to start off with. I'm not that kind of person. It's cute and all. I see it, I like it, but it's not something that interests me like that. I'm more a braids kind of person and a locks kind of person. Now, yes, you can see that I have braids in, however, the braids are braided under my lock. So I wanted to have my locks out. I remember when I couldn't get it, like the hairdresser was telling me, oh, my hairdresser was telling me she's busy. I started to cry. I was like, no, I must have my locks on my wedding day. Because I did my hair a day to the wedding, ah, I was in severe pain. It was tight, but it was beautiful. So the beauty was worth the pain. Okay, the outcome was worth the pain. And having my locks, it was so special to me. It was so beautiful. Like I remember when I told people that, oh, I'll wear my locks for my wedding, they were like, are you sure it's not be fine to look one kind? Yeah, bye bye. That's a you problem, okay? That's a you problem. I had my locks, I loved it. It was beautiful, and I felt so comfortable and so confident. I felt so powerful with my hair. I didn't feel like nobody cares. Hello, it's your wedding day. Whatever you wear it. Oh, if they talk, they talk. That's their problem. So the next thing, I did a video earlier this year saying, oh, Ashwebi colors I love, but I would not be using. And that's because I'd already said a long time ago that I'm not doing Ashwebi for my wedding. And I didn't do Ashwebi this time as well. Like I said, I didn't do Ashwebi this one. Like I said, everybody was wearing white, so there was no Ashwebi. And also, not having Ashwebi at the wedding did not give people the unnecessary expectation. Let me explain. So usually when you sell Ashwebi, maybe you buy Ashwebi for 20 naira, you sell it for 30 naira, you sell it for 15 naira, 40 naira. People are expecting souvenirs for buying the Ashwebi essentially because they know that you've put some money on it. But like when you don't sell Ashwebi, they are like, okay, how is this person going to survive? But the God that I serve survivors. Okay, so because we didn't have any Ashwebi, whatever we give you at the wedding, collect it. However, we did have quite a number of souvenirs, and people left with things that we didn't have Ashwebi. Is what I'm trying to say. Don't let me mistake in everything. We didn't have Ashwebi, which also helped us because it reduced stress. You know, imagine going to the markets back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's a lot of unnecessary wahala. So we didn't have Ashwebi at the wedding, and we had everybody wear white, and it was beautiful. This one is something that would have happened, but because there was no time, I didn't have a reception dress. Instead, I had a reception jumpsuit. Because I fell in love with jumpsuit last year. I discovered jumpsuit because I'm blessed all round by the grace of God. You understand? I used to feel like, oh, jumpsuit is for slim ladies, but the moment I discovered the world of jumpsuits, there has been no going back. So I wanted jumpsuits to be one of my wedding looks, and I had my dress ready, but because there was no time to go and change and come back, and also I was like, just let's just get it over with. I didn't wear my jumpsuit. However, my jumpsuit was ready, beautifully tailored. All my dresses beautifully tailored by my mom. I would have had a jumpsuit reception outfit, but I didn't have it because there was no time. However, I'm keeping that jumpsuit. I'm going to be wearing it for my birthday next year, my big birthday next year. So yeah, because I love the jumpsuit that much. Yeah. Alrighty, and thanks so much for watching. Let me know down below which of these would you be copying, because you're allowed to copy. Okay, the idea did not generate from me. Which of these would you be doing? Have you ever gone to a wedding where you all wore white, or what do you think of all white for your wedding? And I would love to know down in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching. My name is Damie, the Owanbe Queen. Follow me on social media. I am at the Owanbe Queen across all platforms. Like this video if you enjoyed it, or you just found something, you just enjoyed it. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Have a nice one, guys. Bye.